I'm recording, you're recording. Wouldn't you like to be a recording to be? Never mind. I know, right? That's a good commercial there. All right. So, some people have realized that when you do a quick calibration check, it's never ending. It's like a stupid test. It's going to try to figure out how many times you're going to go through the quick calibration check before you realize that it's a thing of insanity and you're just going to keep doing it. All right. So, 3 right now. So, well, no, just kidding.
Hey man, at least I realized after 3.
So no, I had one guy many classes ago. He was in ops, and I had him doing calibrations. He did it for like 10 minutes. He just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. So what I will tell you is how many times have we run this test, and how many people have run this test? No, right now today in the last 5-10 minutes.
Oh, everybody in here.
Right? Did you run it on this balancer? Someone else, because you did it 3 times and then you passed it off.
Did it twice.
Okay, so every single one of you failed.
Hey, look over there.
But it passed. How did it pass?
Because it's within a plus minus margin, but still you don't want it there, right? So you get.
Can we try it one more time to see what it says?
So because of that, we're going to try it again, right? Because it may have passed, but it may have passed faulty because there was a cone. There was a cone on it. Now the good news is you didn't have the big heavy duty truck cone on it. You had like a 51 on it, and the 51 doesn't weigh a whole lot. All right. So 2 things happen here. The one thing happens is you see the green over here, and it either says calibration ready in green, or it's going to say calibration required, and it's in the red. So as long as it says calibration ready in the green, everything's great. The second thing we're doing is we're making sure that it knows where top dead center is. So when you put the weight at top dead center, the little yellow light should turn green, okay? And what that's really important is that's telling you that whoever calibrated this thing calibrated it with 12 o'clock actually at 12 o'clock. You're going to go into a lot of places and the green dot is going to turn green and this thing is going to be way over there. Now when this is way over there and the green dot is actually green, every person who ever calls you is going to have one of 2 complaints. It's either going to be a complaint that the thing doesn't spin, or the other complaint you're going to hear is that the balancer is chasing weights. Okay, about 90% of the calls you get on a balancer is going to be a chasing weights call. 90% of that 90% is something, so someone is doing something wrong or did something stupid. Like when they calibrated the balancer themselves, they didn't realize that you actually moved this up to 12 o'clock before you hit OK on step 2. They put the weight on and they just see you fiddle farting and they go, oh, if I just hit OK, I can make it go. And then it thinks that it's 12 o'clock. So it's expecting the weight to be here, but you're putting the weight here, which means the weight you put on is not where it wanted it to. So then you spin it again, and it asks for more weight in a different spot, and then it spins it again, just like this. And you keep spinning it, and you keep putting on weight, and it keeps asking for more weight in a different spot because it's chasing weights. Again, 90% of the time, the balancer is just doing what it was told, but it was told to do something silly. So the end result is it's chasing weights. Or you're going to go in somewhere and someone's going to have a cup on the outside, or they're going to use the finger plate on the outside, and they think they don't have to put a cone on the inside, because evidently only in cars do you have to have an inner and an outer wheel bearing. So that's how I explain it. It's like you got an inner and an outer wheel bearing. If I only have an outer wheel bearing, the thing's just going to flop all over the place like a dead fish. But people think because they're putting a finger plate on it that it's going to hold it steady, which maybe if you're just balancing, but once the load roller comes down, that tire is moving, okay? And then once it does that, it's chasing weights because it's not spinning in a circle. More importantly, when you are in service mode, it allows you to see the weights. So if you're OCD or CDO, if you're really OCD, if you're CDO and you want to know what the weight actually is, you can actually click on show weights, and I'm going to hit the stupid screen again because I just hit the weights. Yeah, so CDO, that's actually a lot, okay? So I don't like that, okay? This thing here weighs either 4.31 or 4.32 ounces. So I should have had 4.32 ounces and nothing, but I don't seem to have that. Right. So this worries me a little bit, right? Because I'm adding on almost a quarter ounce of weight to the because there's nothing out here, so I'm adding on a quarter ounce of weight to something that doesn't exist. Possibly, but I'm assuming that they had the right. So,
Or was it the call it was on the outside during the calibrations?
you know. So I'll tell you what, just try. So, tell you what, yeah. But what we did do is we did adjust the lateral force sensor, right? So we changed the tension on the tub, right? So just for me, only because we're yes. So just for me, because we're being recorded, we're just going to see what happens here. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay. That was the arms. That was the arms. Now the other thing that may have happened, and I'm going to say the other thing that may have happened.
It's because we stopped halfway through and adjusted that lateral.
Well, no, the other thing that may have happened is this guy here was doing ecal, right? So after 15 minutes of inactivity, it's going to do the electronic calibration thing with the piezo's. Okay, so maybe it's been 15 minutes, and once it does an ecal, those numbers are no longer what I'm looking for because ecal has adjusted it for the tub. Okay, so if you're ever going to look at these numbers, you have to do a 3-spin calibration first. Okay, because ecal will cause it to move a little to the left or a little to the right. So the problem with doing a calibration is that needs to be the last thing you do, because once it's like a revolution. Once you calibrate it, you can't figure out because you don't have any diagnostics anymore. So the last thing you want to do is go ahead and hit enter step for me. The last thing you want to do is just walk up to a balancer and calibrate it just to see the numbers. So you have to like figure stuff out and then calibrate it like maybe 2/3 of the way through your diagnostics. So you've actually done some diagnostics rather than going, I don't know, I calibrated it and it's fine, right? Especially when you're only here for 35 days and you're going to charge a trip charge and 3 hours of labor to do it. So we're going to recalibrate it again, and this time we're going to hit the quick calibration check right after we do the 3-spin cal. The other thing that bothered me is you said this took a long time to do this.
It did.
Right.
Yeah, it took because we hit ours at the same time. Ours is newer, but it took like 2 minutes longer than this one did.
Okay.
It fell, but somebody bumped it.
Must be.
Okay, so that was a lot quicker. That's an acceptable amount of time. All right, so we're gonna hit exit. Now we're gonna hit exit. Now let's go to quick calibration check. So we're gonna go to tools, and we're gonna go to quick calibration check, and we're gonna hit start. Do I?
No, it's already at noon.
Do I?
No, it's already at 12.
It's on the outside. It's on the right side.
Does it matter?
It just says
I'm just
must be
following
installed
the
on the
picture.
faceplate.
Fine, hit start.
Via the picture, it does show it on the inside.
It does. I don't like doing things daintily on the inside. I have big hands, so I put it on the outside. All right. All right. So again, it shows that it passed. So now we're going to hit show weights again, and let's see if we get a different result. All right. That is what I was expecting. Okay. Now, my 4.32 is on the outside. Where's my weight?
Outside.
Right. What happens if my 4.32, right? So does it matter which side of the thing I put it on?
Nope.
Not really. Okay, so it knows, so somehow this balancer knows that I took the weight from here and put it to here. I'm only moving that, what, a 1/2 inch, and it's sticking out the other way. Now, if you want to, I'm in this, so I'm going to go to the other hole, and then I'm going to go to the other side of the other hole. So not only am I 180 degrees out of phase, I'm also phasing out left to right. And then someone's going to hit start for me. All right, so this is actually a check. right? I'm looking for repeatability, but I'm also making sure that the weight is moving to the correct side at the correct time. Okay. All right. So now it's 600ths, 700ths of an ounce. We're good. Okay. The more important thing is it only says 0.04, right? But where before it said 0.3. Okay. So 0.04 on an empty side, I'm right with that. All right. Where I get a little antsy is when I add those two numbers. So 4.32 is 8, 4 is 12, right? So that's only half of a 0.25 weight, right? So it's not going to screw anything up. If that got up to like 35 or 40, it's going to cause my blind to round up. So I'll be putting on more weight. But if I'm under 25, I'm fine. All right. Where's my wing nut? Okay. So the last thing that you guys can do that most know, move just a hair to your right. There we go. All right. So the one thing that most people don't realize is this is part of the balancer. So they just think this is part of the balancer. What is this thing actually doing on the balancer? It's spinning through the air. So what does this thing have to be? Balanced. It has to be balanced like an airplane propeller. What happens when they hit this side with a hammer for like 3 years? Yes, no. I like how mass changes. If this doesn't break, where is this now pointing? It's not pointing straight out anymore, is it? It's pointing down, isn't it? Which means this guy here has twisted, which means this is probably no longer balanced because this side here goes like this and this side here. So as it's spinning in a circle and then centripetal and centrifugal and all those really cool forces that he knows about, it's going to cause this thing to not weigh correctly. Okay. What's underneath these handles? Theoretically, so we're saving money. So rather than using a shouldered bolt, which is expensive because you have to machine it, we use a really long bolt and a bushing because bushings are cheap and bolts are cheap, but shouldered bolts are not. So what happens is little Timmy calls you up. Let me have a 3/8. Have you seen inside here? Great. All right. Well, then we'll skip it. So underneath here, the reason this turns and this bolt is really tight is because the bushing stops the bolt from tightening up before it grabs the handle. So when little Timmy calls you up on a Friday and goes, "Yeah, they broke another," who has these like Christmas lights? Yeah, it was one of the places you went to, right? So every time they replace this, the person who replaces this has to make sure he doesn't lose that bushing underneath here because that bushing has weight, especially when it's spinning in a 10-inch circle, right? So it has weight. So if you're missing that bushing, you could be off by almost 3/4 of an ounce, which now on a big truck, it doesn't matter, but you miss 3/4 of an ounce on a BMW M3, that dude's feeling everything twice as much. So another thing you guys can do is you can check to see if your wing nut is balanced. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we have disabled the auto clamp thing, so you have to sit here and actually manually, first world problems, you have to manually roll this thing up here. Okay. Yep, get this up. Okay. All right. Make it tight. Hit start for me. Okay. Odds of it saying pass or fail? You think it's going to pass? Okay.
Calibration required.
Right. Now, do I care that it says that? No. Correct. But the reason it's failing is that doesn't weigh 4.32 ounces. It weighs too much. Do I care what it weighs? I don't care what it weighs. But now I know that thing is 16ths heavy on one side. I don't know which. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know which side is heavy. But right now I'm adding. If we subtract the 400ths of an ounce because it said 407 ounce in the beginning, right? I'm adding like a point, an eighth, right? Instead of 1/4 of an ounce, I'm doing an eighth, right? So again, if I'm missing the bushing and it says like 0.76, right? Every Honda tire that rolls out of here has an extra 3/4 of an ounce of weight on it. What happens when you put the tire back on the car? Right, because it has 3/4 of an ounce too much weight on it because you balance the wing nut and the tire, but you don't put the wing nut and the tire on the car. So guess what happens when you balance the tires to okay. You put it on the car with 3/4 of an ounce too much. What happens when they bring the car back for a vibration and you put the tire back on there?
You're like, wow, there must be a
It,
bent rim or
no, it
something.
doesn't pass, right?
That's for more weight. Well, it'll be in a different spot.
It's going to be in a different spot. So my tire is 3/4 of an ounce heavy, and unless you are extremely lucky and you should be playing the lottery that day, your wing nut's going to end up in a different spot. So if it's in a different spot, or if it's in the same spot as the heavy spot, it's going to ask for 1.5 ounces of weight, and they're going to call you up and complaining that their balancers
Chasing weight.
chasing weights. Is it? Not at all. They just don't understand why they're getting not okay, because they took it off, they put it on, the wing nut stopped in a different spot, and they just don't realize they're balancing two different things
Do you carry one of those on the truck?
all the time.
Well, and you're telling us that because the appearance is the same.
Yes, right? It looks like it's chasing weights.
See when the plastic's broken, but it'll look the same.
Yeah, because you can't see
An
it.
easy way to check that, really, if you suspect something's wrong with it, is just throw yours on there and then balance it and see if it's still chasing weight.
Or just
Yeah.
do a quick check with just the
Well, yeah, but you have to do the ecal. Remember, the ecal will skew the numbers a little bit, right? So, where's the wing nut from this one?
I think that is
Doesn't matter. Let me see a different wing nut. Let me see a different wing nut that has the word hunter. I need one that says hunter. Okay. All right. So this is the original wing nut that we sold for about 40 years. This is when we got to HD Elites, we realized that we weren't getting the tire as tight as we needed it to. So we came out with this wing nut. Now this wing nut is a 12-inch wing nut instead of a 10-inch wing nut. So it's only 1 inch on either side, but believe it or not, by having this, you can get a little more oomph on it to tighten it up. Okay, the easy way to figure it out, that's why I asked for one that says Hunter, because we realized we were giving up free advertising space, and we shoved free advertising in the free advertising space. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. This one's $170. This one's $190. Why not just keep this one on the truck? And then it doesn't matter if you're going to a car place or a truck place, because it's $20 more, and then you only have to keep one wing nut on your truck. Okay? And you get free advertising because someone needs to read the word hunter at 300 RPM going like this. Okay? All right. But that should still be balanced, right? You'd be surprised the amount of, there's my service manager. You take this to your service manager, and the service manager looks at it and he goes, looks fine to me. I think you're just trying to bump up the bill. You may actually have to take that service manager to the machine and show them on the machine that it's reading 3/4 of an ounce, because they're not going to believe you, right? Because he understands, that's why he's here. But other service managers a lot of people don't understand that the wing nut is not only part of the balancer, but it has to be balanced. They just think it sits there on the balancer and spins in the air and everything's fine. So, really important. And it's a really cool tool.
on a quick clamp system. That isn't as much of a factor.
It doesn't have the weights on it, but you still need to put the weight on this side and that side 180 out to make sure that your force transducers are capable of picking up the difference, and they're capable of picking up the difference on the other side of the amplitude. Right, so you're at, but on a quick clamp, there's not a whole lot to be missing on a quick clamp, right? And people can't use a hammer. Well, I shouldn't say that. Most people aren't going to use a hammer on a quick clamp. Okay, so real over here, we're going to walk over here. This one here. So this one here doesn't have any holes in it, and it doesn't have any handles in it. This is what we sell on a Smart Weight Pro that doesn't have the speed clamp feature on it, okay? Because it's only $4,800, this is a pain point. Can you deal with a wing nut that doesn't have handles on it, right? Now, you can deal with it, but can your technicians deal with it, right? So at that point, someone sells them a $4,800 balancer, you show up and they go, man, this wing nut's I really don't like this wing nut. Do I have a wing nut for you? and then they're going to want to give it to you. They're going to want it for free, and then you're going to be like, no, it's $190, and I'm sorry that, you know, the balancer that you bought, you know, is doesn't come standard with the, you know, the wing nut. You have to be careful on how you say it, right? Because you don't want to say that you bought, you know, this is where the balancer lineup begins. $500 in freight, so now it's a, you know, almost a $700 wing nut, right? Plus the $200 to show up, and the $300 to make sure that the threads are right when winging it. That's $1,000. Holy cow! So, you can make so much money. It'd be crazy. So yes, this wing nut is not a mistake. It's just, again, it's a pain point because it's only a four. If you wanted a nice wing nut, you should have came off the money and bought the, you know, a decent balancer. If you're really good friends with the owner, then you can do that. If you're not really good friends with the owner, be careful with that. Yeah, you will. Bill will know too. Bill will be good. Now what Brandon do? Right? You know? Okay. So what time is it? 3:48. Okay. I always pick on the biggest person in the class to calibrate the Smart Weight Pro. So it's a toss up. He just seems clumsier. So we're gonna make him do the Smart Weight Pro. Okay. All right. In a minute. So Neil. Okay. So Neil has some questions, and if Neil has questions, you guys have questions because you don't know it. Okay. So we're oh, do they?
Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
know.
All right. Well, show me then. Where are we going? So where did you want to go?
I'm not learning about this.
Go.
I just wanted to how there was some password and so on that.
Oh, a password. Oh, a password. Yes. So the password is called HECO service. It's 7 letters. It's HECO, HECO, Hunter Engineering Company, service, SVC. So HECO SVC. If you want to get into service mode on a balancer, if you want to get into service mode on a tire changer, if you're trying to do something in Winalign and you're trying to put a spec database in and it says you need to be in the manager account, the password for the manager account is HECO service. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so to get into the calibration mode, the technician calibration mode.
Yep. So you're just going to go to tools, and then you're going to go to advanced calibration procedures, and then there's your 3-spin count.
Right. But there was
Well, he wants to know how to enter. He wants you to show him how to enter service mode.
Oh, okay. So if you want to get into service mode, you're going to go to tools, advanced, enter service mode.
Right.
You enter service mode. So now you're going to type in HECO, known as regular, lowercase, SVC. All right, hit enter or OK. Now you're in service mode. See, because it changes from Hunter Engineering into service mode. And then now you don't want your customers to get into service mode. Only you want to be in service mode. So when you do that, if you notice when you go to advanced and you go to calibration procedures, can you do the inner and the outer? I don't think you can do the inner and the outer in technician mode, but I'm not sure. Okay. So on this one here, there's not a lot of calibrations to do. But if you're trying to do anything with an optical profiler where you're having to do the sails or you're having to do the stairway to heaven, you'll have to be in service mode. Now, here's the cool part. If you want to look real cool, if you touch it, it takes you out of service mode and puts you back into regular user mode. Okay.
Now, there were some values that...
Values. So if I go to tools and I go to advanced and I go to diagnostics. So I want to diagnose the machine. Right, and then I go to data. So there's
those things I don't.
Right. So okay. So this was called data acquisition circuits. So the data acquisition, the DAQ board. This is all the things that are plugged up to the DAQ board. Okay. So if I go into DAQ board circuits, I don't have a lateral force sensor, right? Because I don't have a load roller. So I don't even need to worry about that. All right. I have an inner and inner. So I have inner lateral. Okay. So this is my left road. This is my left transducer, This is my right transducer, okay? And if you notice when I just barely push on the shaft, see how it really moves really easy, okay? Temperature. I cannot tell you how to measure temperature because that's just counts, and counts are like monopoly money, okay? And then I have an analog ground. So for you, lateral force sensor, I'm sorry, inner arm lateral, inner arm radial. Let's do outer arm. Outer arm lateral, outer arm radial. If you notice, outer arm lateral starts at 3. So if it starts at 3, and when I come down, I'm sorry, outer arm radial starts at 5, and when I come down to the spindle, it goes to 3.
Right.
Outer arm lateral starts at 3 and goes all the way to 5. Okay, so if I'm here, I should be at 3,000 and technically 3,000. Let me go to 3,000. Okay, so if I'm far away, I'm 5,000 far away, and I'm 5,000 far away. Okay, and then I come down. Now I'm 3,000 because I'm near. I'm 3,000 because I'm here, and then if I go all the way over there, I'm 5,000. Okay, so what it's doing is it's taking different measurements that's on that lawnmower blade tool. That's why you take it and you do the 3 steps this way, and you do the 3 steps, well, you do the 3 steps this way to make sure that you're ranging correctly. That's why some of you guys, you missed it because you might have put the outer arm lateral and the outer arm radial this way, so it was measuring the wrong thing at the wrong time. Okay, inner arm radial should go this way. Okay, so it started out around 3 and it goes up to 5. Inner arm lateral, 2,500 right here. Inner arm lateral, when I move it out, it goes to about 5,000. Okay, if I go further, right? If I go further, see how? Inner arm radial goes down to 2, comes up to about 5, and then it goes back down to 2. So right here, this is how I know I'm upside down, because it because it goes to 5 and then it goes back down. My inner arm lateral starts at 5 and comes all the way out to 2. Okay. If I go to switches, listen. All right. This is how the auto inner data set arm works. I'm not doing a clip weight anymore. I'm doing a tape weight. And because I get that beep, 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 that's how the screen knows to change from a clip to a tape. Okay. That's what that beep, beep, beep does. Okay. Older balancers that don't have a Hall effect sensor, I have reed switches. If I lower the hood, long beep. If I open the hood, short beep. And that's what tells the balancer is my hood up or down. Now, if I have a Hall effect sensor, I'm going to have a number that I can look at to see the actual Hall effect sensor number. Okay. If I push the pedal, right, every time I push the switch, just because you can hear it doesn't mean it's actually allowing electricity to pass through it, right? You're closing the contacts, but is it actually moving electricity? So now I have a beep. The other thing that you can do is you can turn on your lasers to make sure that your left laser is your left laser and your right laser is your right laser, okay? So that's all cool tests there. If I want to do an ecal, I can do an ecal. We'll go more into this tomorrow because I'm running out of time today and I want to see that one calibrated, all right? So we're all going to have a good time with Connor, and Connor's going to try to calibrate the SmartWeight Pro.
No, there
Yeah,
was 2. There was 2 out
97,
there.
yeah. All right, so someone turn this thing on because Connor's already running behind and he's not even going to finish. He doesn't even know it. The other thing I'm missing, well, that's bad. Evidently, we're not going to, something's wrong. No, leave it alone. I got to figure out what's wrong. So someone may have bugged this thing or something's not booting up right up there finally. Wow, what is that?
Bell goodie.
It's still booting. Yep. Oh,
No,
and
it's
we
not.
just got a black screen. And oh wow. Huh?
Well, Connor knew he was going to have to.
What's it say?
calibrate, so he just-
It doesn't say anything. It's a black and white
Decked it.
screen, weird shapes. Yeah.
Where's that laser coming from that's above your head, Jim?
This one over here.
Oh.
Is it off? Yellow?
Yeah. Yes.
Amber?
No.
Nope.
No.
Water time.
Was that one even taken apart?
No.
Nope.
One wasn't touched.
Oh, screen's booting up now.
Yep.
So it seems like the wires going into the multi-switch here were
Flipped or something.
half touching, half not touching.
And it would freak out that bad over that.
Evidently.
It has an amber light now.
Oh, it's not booting up?
No.
It said Acer.
Yeah, I did the Acer boot up screen. But now you have an amber
Sit
light.
my butt down.
Yeah,
Well, he
fart
figured that
knocker.
out.
Evidently,
Maybe
we're
I'll
not
get
going to get
lucky.
to do this today.
Do you have another one of those somewhere else?
No. Unplug me from the wall.
I'm not a good test anymore because I made you not so. Yeah, but that's not.
All right, plug it back in.
On the side of that thing. The very top underneath.
We'll send yours one.
Hit that twice, top button.
This one?
Send yours.
Top button. There.
Wow. That's impressive.
If anyone bugged it, it was probably Will. Like,
Yeah.
Resume.
So if I just give it a little tap, I can be free.
All right. We're going to have, we got 25, 30 minutes. We'll have some fun. All right.
Let's go. Hey, should we go get Mark to add some extra pressure instead of standing?
All right. So hit I've completed maintenance. Push. All right. Go into service mode.
Oh, Lordy.
That's outrageous.
Customer buys a cheap balancer, it screws you. Got it. Right.
There's no like keyboard you can bring and plug in.
I didn't say that. But if they see you do it, then they're just going to put it in, and it defeats the purpose of buying a cheap balancer. So at that point, I am petty enough that I will suffer through that, just so that they have to suffer through it every
VC
day
or
of their
CV?
miserable life for
That's
buying
VC.
such a cheap
That's VC.
balancer.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure out a way to
You just hit that twice.
like put a Bluetooth dongle in it or something. And then
Possibly.
and so you
Crap.
can go-
We can do that too.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Sounds like Big Dog.
Let's get a wireless keyboard.
That's what I was saying.
Big Dog?
Just-
Nintendo with a guy,
No,
it's like Pac-Man, but they're saying you gotta dig and then they fall down the slots and they come after you. Big Dog. If you Google it, you'll be like,
I'm
oh, I
saying
put
no.
that when I was 5.
Mother flubber.
That's going to be really great in the video. If you want to mute your mic for a second, so we don't have to hear that later, that'd be great.
Suffer with me.
Yeah.
We are right now. It's just on the video we won't have to.
We're just gonna zoom through all this anyway, so we actually get to the important part.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you mean to pause this again while you're doing this?
yeah. Why don't you just pause until you get to this?
I'll take you guys on the bus. That will work, right?
Hacker voice. I'm in.
Right on the bus to tell you. If that's what you guys
So-
What's his next step?
do. I need a box.
Checking or no? Do I center
Tools.
check first or okay?
Advanced calibration procedures. All right, start at the top.
Oh, I need the thing. Where's the normal one? See, now I know what I'm doing. Smack.
That up there, I think. Wrong stuff. You guys use that too, did you not? That plastic stuff and all that? You guys use that, did you?
We did not, for this one generation, because we're on the dot. So what we had to do was align the weight, which was these steps, plant piece.
Right? I'm doing it right. Yes. Or
You're getting unusually lucky. Rotate it down. Rotate that down. Now it looks like the screen. And so we're going to put that on. Doesn't seem like it goes on that side. Isn't that great? They give you a picture and it's like here, right? It's like, how are you going to take, how do you know what you're doing if the picture's taken here? Right?
Yeah.
Other side, Connor.
I'm doing it on this side.
Yes. Make it look like the picture. Did you ever work with Legos? IKEA?
What the hell?
It's upside down. Put the middle in that hole, not the end.
It's hanging off.
Well, the middle of it has to be in the hole, and then the little end has to be through one of the little holes. Do you have it? Yeah, I didn't think so.
It doesn't go.
Picture does not help.
That doesn't help at all, does it?
No.
Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it? All right, so, are you here? Are you here? Are you here? All right. Did you put one in there?
It doesn't. If I put it there, it doesn't
Yeah.
go
Are
there.
you sure? You're really sure? I don't know.
Is this the
I
wrong
don't know.
stairway for it
I
then?
don't know. Oh, it is the wrong stairway. Oh. Oh. What happens if we put it here? Let's put it here.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look at that. Yeah. That was easy. Next. All right, so now that we finally have the stairway on, now he has to put the laser dot in the right places of the stairway. So someone's going to have to help him interpolate the picture because evidently he's terrible at pictographs. So where's it telling you to put the laser?
On like the corner or the top step.
Okay.
You gotta rotate a little knob.
Um,
On the front of the machine.
The very edge of the step. There you go.
So which step is he doing, the bottom or the top?
It's pointing at the top.
I'm pointing at the top.
And it's like right on the corner.
All right, but if you notice, there's a 45. There's a 45 on it.
On the
Right,
on
so it's
that
on the
slide
bevel.
piece.
Are you on the bevel?
Nope, you're on the top.
You gotta have it on
So-
that little chamfer
Yep,
corner.
gotta have it there in that channel.
That looks better. Push the button. Where you're with your foot. The problem is you just tapped it twice. So hit back up. Well, not, there you go. Number 2. So now put it on the next step.
Yeah, there's pictures.
Is that
It's the next
45?
one.
All right, do that one. Now, see how long it takes for it to like figure it out? It's very slow. Yep. Do it to the next one. This isn't even the fun part yet.
Oh, goody.
This isn't even why I picked him to do this. I'll, in a minute here, we'll figure out why we picked him to do this. See, it takes like a pregnant second. It's like it's a pause. Right? It's like, okay. All right.
So not only did they make the spindle slower, they just made the whole operation slower.
Again, we can be petty. I'm all right with it. All right, so hit OK. All right, now go to outer, right? So, yep, so that's, you're doing the outer arm, right? Okay, so lower the hood. All right, hit the button. You can use your foot.
What was on show calibration data?
There's the hood. Enter cal step, use your foot.
So it's staying there?
For right now.
Looks like it flips.
No, that'll be the next step. Go ahead.
That's literally the worst possible photo.
All right, so now, what's it say?
It didn't change.
I guess push the thing in to take the button. All right, so now we got to fix that.
What in the
All right. Now, what are we doing? Are we doing the inner camera or are we doing the outer camera? We're doing the outer camera, right? So you have to look at that screen and know to turn the thing over. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? All right, so big one. So pick a big one and put it in that square hole. Because you have 2 big ones and 1 little one. So take a big one, put it in the hole. All right, probably the other side. There you go. All right, now rotate so that you get the little one in the hole. Right.
Oh, for love of fuck.
All right, we got it, but it's not right. You're so close. He's on the inner hole. He needs to be in the outer hole because the angle of the dangle is to the left, and you need the angle of the thing pointing towards the spindle. So here on this side here, see the little one is pointing to the inner hole? Move it 1 hole, that one, yeah. Okay. I'm sure it tells you that somewhere.
No.
Okay. Now, if you look at the tool is now angling towards the middle of the spindle, hopefully, right? It's like a straight line, right? That
Yes.
look better? Okay, now. All right,
Same
now,
one
outer
now.
camera. You guys in the back in the cheap seats watching? So you have to take the hood. You have to lower the hood down until the laser hits that part of the tool.
So you gotta squat, click the button.
Yes. Yes. Right.
You gotta be on this side so you can see the laser.
That's
on.
right.
Step.
That's right.
What in
You
the
gotta do some
Sam
break dances,
hell?
a little tap it over here.
Yes. That's why I pick big people. Big people
Thanks.
can't do this.
Feeling the love, Jim.
Little people can do this easier.
So
Big
it
people
looks
can't
like
do
it's
this.
the very
Middle.
So there's a little half step that you're aiming for right there. If you notice, it's that
Yeah.
little groove. So you have to hold the hood with the laser in the groove while using your right foot to step on the pedal.
So we had to do something similar with that one.
Yeah,
But
close.
since we had 2 people,
Yeah.
it was I held it.
All right, now go to the next one. Yeah.
Oh, I have to adjust it too. That's great.
You have to hold it, hit the button. Now go to the top one. Or not quite the top one, but the next one, okay? So now he's on the next one. Right now he's putting the next step in. Now he's going to go all the way to the very longest part of the cow tool. Okay. Now he has to go to the little half bump all the way at the top.
Man, screw the 70s.
That's why I have the big up, and he failed.
Air detection. Keep moving the head to the next group.
So basically, when you pushed on the pedal, you move the hood, because when you step down, your shoulder articulates. Right? Right? There, now he did it right. Right? Yeah. Right?
Bunch of short motherfuckers.
That's why I have big people do that one. It's just, I can do it. It's not any fun. All right. So he's going to take that off. Is that an 18-inch tire behind you?
19 or 20.
If only if it's an 18. I need an 18.
Short. Yay.
Can you go find me an 18 next door?
Oh, this is the one. This is what you're talking about. You need either a 17 or an 18 on your vehicle.
All right, now, if you notice, at the very top of this screen, it plainly states this is a 3-spin calibration. It's just, or he could move the iPad. He's going to have to move the iPad because Connor's going to stay there. All right. I'm sure his backside is pleasant to look at. But so this plainly states a 3-spin calibration. So someone smarter than me, please count how many spins we're going to do. So follow the instructions. Step 1.
You gonna move it?
The hell's the speed? Thank you for telling me about the speed clamp.
So what you didn't notice because his butt's in the way is it says make sure nothing's attached to the spindle, and then you lower the hood and it says you forgot to attach the speed clamp stuff, so please attach the speed clamp, even though the picture before it clearly states nothing should be on the spindle.
What?
Double tap the pedal like a Hillary Clinton assassination.
Oh no.
Pow pow, right to the back of the head. 2 of them. Did you touch that? Did you touch that? It'll stop on its own.
Well, it was going the other direction.
Okay, fine. All right. Then you're allowed to touch it. Now it's clamped. Now you're gonna have to have it over
It
here.
has a window on the side.
You're gonna have to clamp. You're gonna have to over here because it's more fun over here. Put it in front of your bag. Put it in front of your. There you go.
Oh.
It's okay. We're good. All right. So we finally have the speed clamp clamped. And Mateus is finally back. I'm sorry?
The one that tells us not to have on?
The one, yes. Okay. All right. So why do we have to do that?
Give it the weight of the speed.
No, we have to give the tension to the speed clamp. If there's no tension, the speed clamp just flops around in there. So if we put tension on it, it's tight and then it doesn't move. Okay? So we have to have tension on all the internals, or the internals are just going like this. Right? But it doesn't say that. First step clearly tells you not to do that. Second step's like, idiot, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. All right, so that was spin 1, right? That was the first spin.
I have a question then. If you put the speed clamp on first, does it yell at you for
No.
double tap? Okay.
Well, it's like that one tells you to put the hood down.
Yeah.
Over all these steps.
Yeah.
Randomly, it doesn't tell you, and it's like, put the hood down, stupid.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's like, how did you miss that? What are you, born yesterday? Right? All right, hit OK first. All right, so he's marking 12 o'clock, right? All right, so this is gonna be spin number 2. Okay, I always have trouble with this math. This is spin number 2. Did you hit enter 12 o'clock position?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Try again. So what Connor is doing is when he's pushing and twisting. Right? He's not just pushing. He's like manhandling it, and it doesn't like it. All right, spin number 2. All right, he's going to raise this thing up. He's going to move the weight to the outside. Okay. It still says 3-spin calibration. He's going to move it to the outside. This is going to be step 3. If he can push the button
See
right.
why everyone's on drugs in the 70s. This is bullshit.
So that's 3-spin calibration. We should be done.
No.
It's 3 spins. That's
gonna
the
keep
lovely
spinning.
motor.
Do I need to tell it to stop? Is it going to keep going?
Now it's spinning at half speed because the first speed was too fast. Now it has to spin at half speed. In case of compensated tooling, it has to know how fast to spin, right? So we spun fast, now we spun slow. Still the 3rd spin though. We'll give it still the 3rd spin, still spinning. Okay. We're not done.
What the? So that's
I gotta put tire on. Okay. Still says 3 spin on the top of the thing, by the way. So that means he has to take the weight off. He has to double clamp to take the speed clamp off because it doesn't tell him to do any of this.
Did it tell us in the very beginning that we were gonna need a wheel and time?
It did.
no.
Okay.
Actually, no, it didn't.
It did
Now
not.
it tells you. Now it tells you.
So have you got this far?
Correct. Now you gotta get a tire.
That's fine.
All right, so let's put this wheel on. So we got to find a centering cone. Hopefully that centering cone right there will work. Maybe. Oh, don't you dare put it on. Put it on the inside like a pro.
Oh right,
What
crap.
are you, like a pastry chef? What are we
No,
doing
that's
here?
how you. That's how they teach you at Les Schwab.
I have to break that habit.
Did that actually fit? I was guessing.
No, I think
Okay.
it did.
Good enough for government work. All right, put it on. Put it on. All right, put it on. That's what you get when you get sassy.
Yeah, it was being.
All right.
Sure to give them a customer's meal because now
Yeah, Les Schwab will be really happy.
They
with you
don't
for
look
doing
on the
that.
inside. It's fine.
which one? Actually, it's fine, motherfucker.
I was at the car wash washing my car and noticed
Yeah, I don't think that fit.
I don't think you did the clip right. Double tap it up. Double tap the product. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it. All right, lower the hood. What spin is this again? 4 of a 3-spin balance.
Almost did it. Almost did it.
Yeah, it's not centered.
Oh my, yeah, I'm about to say that thing is going.
That's not centered at all. All right, now what's it asking us to do?
Left hood, install cowway on left
So what spin is
side,
this? 5.
weight, lower hood, and
What's it say on the side of the
Y'all need to
screen
learn to
again?
count in the 70s, them.
3.
it's like this thing isn't even that old. Right? This isn't a 70.
By the way, your customer doesn't have to do this. Only you have to do this because the customer in regular mode is a 3-spin calibration. But you in service mode must do this because you are doing force dampening calculations, which is magic words for I have to know how heavy something is. Okay, lower the hood. By the way, the noise you hear is because it doesn't have a foot spindle lock, so the motor is putting 50-50 on each other, and it sounds terrible. Yeah.
Calibration complete on
All right.
6 or 5.
5. All right. So if you do not complete this balancer will never balance a tire ever correctly, ever in the history of owning that balancer. So you must do this 3-spin, 3-spin calibration.
You have to have an 18-inch wheel and tire combination?
Yeah.
Or can it just be a wheel?
No.
Just be a wheel.
Well, this was the one you were saying you were looking for. This is the one you did when they took a tire off a used car?
No, that's the one where I poked a hole through the side. This one here,
That was a tire changer, right?
that was a tire changer. This one here, you just have to have a 17. That's why I was saying a 17 or an 18-inch tire wheel.
It said 16 on there too.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too small.
We could be still remaining.
So Doesn't matter. And the worst part is it says of average weight. I don't know. You tell me what average weight is. I don't have any idea.
Less than the heaviest all around.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's average.
Hey,
Mid-range
go to
weighted
pull apart, you get a rim for $5.
Yeah.
And
Shipping's
like,
500.
like a fire sale or whatever, because they all gotta pay to dispose of their tires. Like, can I just get like a set of feet?
It has to hold air.
Oh, and a pull there.
So you go to Walmart and get a tire for like $50.
Okay. Take that off. Let's figure out why it didn't. Wait. Now it's centered, right? Because when he put it back on, he didn't lift it up. So it was in front of the cone instead of on the cone. Because Les Schwab here doesn't know how to cone from the back. He only knows how to cone from the front. Your dad would be just, I should.
He knows. I told him.
All right. So
Trust me.
he didn't have it on the cone. Right? So
I gave a lot of dirt on that Les Schwab to him, and he knows.
yeah. All right. So it's 4:30 by now. All right.
You do it.
That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun if you. That's a lot of fun if you're not Connor.
Figure a bouncer that cheap and you gotta balance it.
So because
You will not be part of the 40-day
because
plan.
the vibration structure is slimmer, it deflects more. So we need to know how much it deflects with an 18-inch tire of average weight versus an 18-inch tire with the actual calibration weight on it, right? Because we knew what the calibration weight was, then we put something heavy on it, then we left something heavy on it, and then we put the cal weight back on so we could get the mass dampening calculations correct. Okay? Yeah, that's the technical term for putting something heavy on it and figuring out how much it deformed. All right. It's wonderful technical jargon that everyone loves. No, makes them sound dumb. So they have to use big words. Let's go home.
Hold on, I gotta do my math. My math calculation calculation.
Thank you.
Just hit, yeah,